my topic today is self-control, but I have asked Christians to help me with a little skit. And so what you're about to see does not show self-control. So I want you to imagine that we are both at a party, I'm talking with somebody, the drink is in my hand, and let's see what happens. So I was just like driving down the street and this guy just tried ramming right into me. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna destroy you for that! This was my favorite hoodie, man! So that was a display of no self-control. Christian bumped into me and I just let my anger get the best of me. So, pop question. What is the definition of self-control? That's actually a pretty good definition. Actually, very close to what the dictionary says. Control exercised over oneself, self-restraint, self-command. So, self-control is where somebody has control over themselves. They're controlling their emotions, their decisions, their choices. In the Bible, there were some men who had some pretty bad problems with their self-control. And I'm thinking of two of them right now, James and John, the sons of Zebedee. They happened to go through a Samaritan town, and the people there weren't very friendly to Jesus. So after they left, James and John went to him, and they said, "Let us call fire down on them because they were not nice to you." And that's how they got their nickname, Sons of Thunder. But after they stayed with Jesus throughout his ministry, they started to gain more self-control. They didn't get as angry all the time. Another person who had to exercise self-control was Jesus himself. With 12 men who at first weren't the greatest crowd, who would swear a lot most likely, who probably tried to fight with each other, it was pretty hard for him to not get angry with them, but he exercised self-control around them. So we all have problems with our own self-control at one time or another. I can speak from experience on this because I used to have major anger issues. Now, what if I used self-control when Christian had bumped my arm? I'd like to call him up here because we're going to see how different things could have been. So yeah, I was just walking down the street, and this guy, he just like pulls up to me, and he just starts yelling at me. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, it's no problem, man. I can just wash this later. Hey, did you hear about the pizza party the guy's dorm is having later? No. Yeah. Sorry, guys, there's no pizza party. Yeah, when I graduate, there might be. But did you notice the major difference there? I was able to remain calm, and I just brushed it off to the side as an accident because that's what it was. He had been reading a book, didn't see me standing there, and I can just wash the hoodie later if I need to. So, speaking from the experience of anger, I have a small story to tell. When I was younger, I had those anger issues that James and John had. If somebody even did one thing that I did not like, I would get angry real fast. And one time that led into a lot of trouble. I used to go to a public school, and it was recess time, so we were all out on the playground. We were playing this game, and one of the guys broke one of the rules. And I didn't really like that, and I punched him in the face. And that got me in a lot of trouble. And that was because I was not exercising my self-control. If I had been exercising self-control, I would have been able to say, hey, you're breaking one of the rules. You shouldn't be breaking it. So could you just please follow it at least? Like, I tried telling him that at first, like, hey, you're breaking one of the rules. And he said, no, I'm not. And that's when I got angry. So there are some other areas where self-control is used. The first one is anger. Choices, eating, yes, you have to self-control when you're eating. Friends that you hang out with, chores or work, and other options like that. I'd like you guys to think of at least one more option. You can say it out loud. Yeah, that's a good one, but not what I'm looking for. Huh? Homework actions, yeah, those will do, but still not what I'm looking for. Right on. Your spiritual walk with God has to have self-control in it. Without self-control, it's going to crash and burn. I overheard my mom talking with someone recently, and she had remembered something that one of our pastors had mentioned. He said, if you're out those little bumper stickers that look like a fish, that means you're a Christian. And so if you're out driving one day and you have one of those on your bumper, and somebody cuts you off, and you start honking your horn real angrily, that's showing other people this is what a Christian acts like. They don't have self-control. So I'm going to leave you guys with this thought. When you have a problem or something goes wrong and you're about to get angry, think WWJD. What would Jesus do? Would he get angry in this situation, or would he remain calm and handle it very well? Let's close with prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you that we are able to gather here for our morning worship today. Please help us all to have learned something new and to be able to apply to our lives. Please help us with our self-control as we go throughout our day and for the rest of our lives. That way we may show how you act in tough situations. In your name, amen.